What's going on, guys? Eddie here, founder of Your World Within, and I want to share something a little bit different with you today. Something that is kind of a light bulb moment I had this morning when I was having my my cup of coffee, and you know, I feel that it's definitely going to help me. And if it's going to help me, odds are there might be someone out there in a similar situation. So I want to talk a little bit about you know, not just doing what you're passionate about, because I do talk about that a lot in my videos, but how susceptible we are and how easy it is to let go of those things, right? And I normally talk about, you know, on this channel, I use this channel as a platform to share my thoughts and insights and lessons learned, inspiration, all this stuff, but it's usually at a high level. I've never, you know, really gotten into this before, but Your World Within, you know, didn't start with YouTube videos or, you know, social media. It started with me and my acoustic guitar.
And I'm with you now, as your eyes burn right through mine, and the quiet sounds, all the dreams you never thought you'd lose, toss along the way. City lights lay out before us, your arm felt nice, stretch around my shoulder. I had a feeling that I belong.
That was my life. Right? And I talked a little bit about that in some of the videos I put out before, where, you know, I was in the corporate world and wasn't happy. And I knew that I wanted to be more creative, and I knew that what I liked was different than where I was. So I was putting money aside, and I was building a studio and kind of setting myself up for a transition. It inevitably occurred, and I started to do music, right? And you know, 5 a.m. I'd be up, I'd be producing, songwriting, going to shows, playing open mics till late. I mean, it was what I loved to do. But like you can imagine, there was something missing, and that something was, you know, financial stability. And you don't get rich making music right away, right? So as months went by, I started to feel that pressure for the first time really in my life. And it was very tempted to go back to what I knew, to what was comfortable. And I'd find myself, you know, literally having to self-talk, like emphasizing that this struggle was part of the journey, that it was important, that I needed it, that it separated great from average, and that most people didn't want to go through this, which is why most people aren't going to be great. They sell themselves short. And so I started to write these messages to myself daily as sort of a promise to ride it out, right? And that's what Ode to Excellence, the first video I ever uploaded to this channel, that's what it was. It was a promise to sort of stay on this road. And I eventually made it a video, and I put it up online, and it got validation, and it got validation quickly, the same validation that I've been seeking with music, and it was kind of an eye-opening thing. And then I put out another video, and another one, and another one. So now I'm at a point where, you know, on one hand I have my music, and on the other hand I have Your World Within, and I don't want to be good at both. I want to be excellent at one. So I pushed the music aside, and I went all into Your World Within, and probably the best decision I've ever made, right? I've been able to network and travel places and have opportunities that I didn't think were possible. I love growing this brand, and I'm excited to continue to grow it, to see where it goes. But I'd be lying if I didn't say that it came with a sacrifice, right? And that sacrifice is a big part of who I am, but I sort of repressed that. I hadn't thought about that until this morning. So fast forward to today, I'm sitting on my porch having a cup of coffee, kind of thinking about the day and planning it out, and I get a text from a friend, right, whose opinion I respect a lot. And his message is in caps, and it's like, Ed, you never told me you were a singer, songwriter, and, you know, we talk every day. And I'm just looking at my phone, I'm like, yeah, I mean, it's something I've kept close to the vest, right? I don't know how it translates to the business that I'm putting everything I have into. I don't know if it affects credibility. You know, I was that, but I'm not anymore. And I send it to him, and I'm like, this is a giant excuse, right? And for the first time in literally years, I see the hypocrisy in this situation. I gave up something that was a big part of my life. And if I truly ask myself the tough question, right, if I'm truthful with myself, really brutally honest, the reason that I don't do that anymore is because it was difficult. If it wasn't difficult, I guarantee you it would still be in my life in some capacity. Right now, I'm in a good position where I'm doing what I love to do. But I'd be lying if I said that didn't matter to me. And basically, long story short, I made a promise today that in one way or another, I'm bringing it back into my life. And it immediately made me feel happy and excited. And I'm looking forward to it. And I want to pose that question to you. Is there anything that you've sort of let slip away because it's difficult, because it wasn't practical? I mean, it's so easy to do that, right? And I know this community is here because of regret minimization, right? We're here because we don't want to be sitting there 5, 10, 20, 30, 40 years from now, you know, wondering what could have been, right? If I make an ass out of myself in front of an audience, fine, right? That's acceptable. If I'm wondering down the road what would have happened if I picked up that guitar, that's not acceptable, right? They're very different outcomes, and you know, that's not what we're about. We want to maximize what we have in this world, this one trip, this one chance, this one shot. So why would you ever push aside the things that matter most? So it's something to think about, right? Something to keep in mind, to make a conscious decision to ask yourself on a daily basis, because it's ironic. The things we love so much are very often the things that slip away. So let me know in the comments if you've ever found yourself in a similar situation, if there's anything that you've let kind of drift away that you can pull back into your world and make you feel happy and fulfilled and excited, because that's how every day should be. All right. I appreciate you watching. If you like this, if you found it valuable, definitely give it a thumbs up, share it. I'd love to reach as many people as possible, and you're obviously a big part of that. Other than that, more videos out this week, some new stuff too, and I wish the same for you. If you're interested in checking out the music and kind of holding me accountable to this conversation, I'll be putting everything on that other channel in terms of music, right? So it'll be youtube.com/Eddie Pinero, pretty straightforward. And I have a few songs on there now, including an original called Snow Angels. So check it out, let me know what you think, and I appreciate it.